It's not that this generation of dating is weird. It's how people go about it and how they act towards being in a relationship that makes it weird. What I mean by that is folks that are simply looking at social media or looking at how other people develop these relationships and they're wanting to sit here and be like in the mix as to having one just so then they're not alone. If you can't be as an individual, if you can't sit here and be yourself and to love yourself first before hopping into a relationship and righting the wrongs through yourself and reevaluating yourself, that's what makes it weird. Because you can't just hop in a relationship and think you're automatically locked in with a person if you can't sit here and reevaluate each other or yourself before wanting to talk to a person. Now, some people might say like, oh, like I'm tired of talking stage and this, that, and the third. Well, as young adults, and of course some teens and some older people, it does take time to get to know a person. It just doesn't happen overnight. You can't rush things. And a lot with, the relationship stuff being weird is some people are like that. Some people would want to rush things and try to get into the relationship and things don't gonna be smooth sailing, but it doesn't. And that's just one of the types of people. Another type is simply people that just can't control their lust. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just, they go into relationships just for the fact of gaining something from it and not wanting, to help the other person return with anything or stuff like that. And it's how this generation has been now, where dating culture has slowly, in some cases, most people would say it's definitely not there anymore. It's very oversaturated. But I feel like then at the same time, you gotta avoid those certain people. You gotta avoid these certain types of people. Granted, some people are toxic. Granted, some people bring a lot of trauma up in, a lot of emotional baggage towards, their past relationship and try to bring it to the new one. That's another thing we have to stop doing as a society when it comes to the dating culture, because it is a lot of good individuals still. They're just hard to find now because, they're all just locked in with their own life. Sonder, for real. Everybody's going through their own personal reality. And to make it fair to themselves, they know in reality, like, if the relationship is not what I want and I'm just trying to mainly focus on what exactly is in front of me or what exactly is in my plans for the future, my future, then they're going to take that risk and just be by themselves for a little bit, maybe forever. Some people are like that, where they take their time just developing their skills, developing their careers, and that's how they've really just stuck to just being by themselves, because they know if they be in a dating scene or start talking to a person, the routine that they develop over time, if they try to fit somebody in, it's either gonna knock it down, gonna try to get itself together, try to then fit them in and try to revamp itself, or adapt. So like I said, it's really important that I feel like a lot of people should hinder and listen to this video, because I used to be one of those people where I used to be toxic and wouldn't trust nobody, wouldn't trust the person I was with, and that caused me a lot of division between me and that person. And that's a lot of stuff I do regret, but over time I had to reevaluate myself, get myself together. And we're all human at the end of the day. We are gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna, it's inevitable. You just gotta be locked in with what you need to do with your life, because this life of yours matters. And some people just need to work on that, and not to say just y'all, but me too. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to get into that sphere of bringing someone else into your life besides the people that you already have that been there. It's very different and gets very scary for most people, and they're just not used to it. Some first person people get into the dating scene and this and that. It's very nerve-wracking to the point of actually taking the time to knowing the person very well, and developing those type of bonds where, you know, y'all can hold that forever. You know what I mean? But don't take this video as me just saying like, oh nah, don't date, this and that. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's just important to learn these various skills and to know your surroundings, to who you want to bring inside your life, because you can't let no one drain your life force. You can't let anything or a person, you know, because your life matters. You only get one life. There's no response. So it's just very important to learn these key points that I'm giving y'all, and it's very vital because I've been through it, been there, done that. I know a lot of y'all done been there, done that too. So, you know, just very important. And yeah, and most importantly, those that be stuck on their ex and stuff like that, still, y'all have to let them go, bro. And for those that still stuck on their ex, y'all have to let them go, gang. Have to let them go. The damage they might have put on you, do not try to think you're gonna bring that into the next relationship. And please do not be having your ex on your mind. They shouldn't even be in your mind if you try to then move on, or you say try to move on. I probably exposed a lot of people saying that, but just to make stuff better for yourself and for the person you're wanting to be with, you have to let certain ties go to value your life more, to make your life more, you know, saying complete, especially in a different field with another person, and not as to be dependent on that person, because everybody should individually be independent in themselves. And it's once y'all do get into, you know, to y'all being together and stuff like that, then y'all can, you know, depend on one another, while also then giving each other independable ideas as to be better to each other. So, like I said, I didn't want to make this video long. I know this was one of the very requested videos to make, so, you know, I'm outside again. I know it's been a little minute, over almost a week, so I'm trying to get on the grind, trying to be consistent, but just to make sure that you guys know that, you know, in 2026, just value what's important to you, and value the ones around you that, you know, you have the bonds with. And if another person comes into the scene, make sure you know the necessary steps as to then make things work. So only God can, you know what I'm saying, show the person you want, and, you know what I'm saying, hey, that's all I gotta say. Be present. That's all I can say. Just be present. Honestly. But this video, very informational, hopefully very persuading to some of you guys. Hope it helps, you know, a friend. Share this with a friend. And like I said, I got it, man. Just be mindful. You feel me? It's getting crazy out here. Crazy, I'm telling you, it's getting crazy out here. But I mean, you got it, bro. Just love yourself. But catch y'all in the next video. I will probably upload on the archive. So if you find the archive, you know what I'm talking about. You know on the other channel. Yeah. Hope you guys have a good day. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Obviously, we're on the road to 1K, so I need y'all to get me to 1K. 1K, I got something special for all of y'all at 1K. We get to 1K by the end of this year. Hey, got a surprise for y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell on so y'all know anytime that a video is dropped by me. Share this with a friend. God loves you. I love you. And all that being said, I'm out.